gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Oh, Jabes. Another one.
Another one.
Another
what?
one. Do I have to DJ Khaled this?
Another one.
Another one is canceled, Jabes. Teddy Roosevelt's gone today.
Well, that one statue.
The one statue is, but do you know of another Teddy Roosevelt statue other than the one in my bedroom?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't. The problems that they have with it.
Pull this clip up and put that up on screen, Alec.
Is there really not another one?
Not that I know of.
I don't want you to play that
I'm not a big
thing again,
statue guy. Like, I don't have a statue guide. I never did a tour of statues as a child.
Okay.
I didn't go to other states and really scope out people's statues.
Look at the plaques.
Yeah.
Take a day.
Never took a day to myself.
Oh, okay.
So apparently this one, Teddy Roosevelt, was a racist, I guess.
Well, they're just...
Because there was an Indian man and a black man next to him on horse.
So the idea was what they all did this together, but he's the only one on a horse, and they're kind of behind him on the ground.
Maybe the other two had fears of horses.
Sure, and you
which
don't
is
know
a
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing that is sweeping the nation right now, along with the COVID pandemic. Fear of horses is a big one out there. And now, God bless everyone going through that same fear right now.
And so you have a problem with this one? Or just all of them?
Just all of it now at this point. I don't really understand where you go from here. I guess if you just outlaw statues in general, like
just any statue, because at some point they're going to be outed.
Did something along the way that someone wasn't happy with. Well,
then times change, right? Like they make a statue of you, and then later on, like it's not cool to what?
I don't know.
Be awesome.
I think there should be a statue of me. In the state of Georgia.
Yes, and you've thought that for years.
Yes. The same way that the state of Louisiana thinks that every Confederate statue should be replaced with a Britney Spears statue. That is real. They have over 60,000 signatures, and I'm for it.
Okay.
I want to...
Toxic. You love that song.
Hang on. I want to figure out, though, what year. Probably the Toxic year. If you start going back to Hit Me Baby One More Time, I think she was under 18.
Oh, so then we need to watch out with that.
Because then it would be a Me Too statue, and then anybody who stared at the statue, male-wise, could get arrested for that.
Sure.
I'm not sure where else we're going with it today, but I'm glad that Me Too is back.
Is Me Too back?
Full force.
Oh, fun.
So I have my hair like this for a reason today. If you're watching the YouTube show at home, you'll say, hey, that's... an interesting haircut for Ross. What's he doing?
What's he up to?
Going full Bieber today.
Okay.
I'm going full Justin Bieber today in support of J Biebs. He got Me Too over the weekend.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Now, what did this little angel do?
Well,
what did this sweet baby angel?
So he grabbed a tit of a model at a Playboy mansion party. Midsummer Night's Eve party?
Well,
allegedly.
Sure.
Allegedly. And then there was another one. So she claimed that Bieber assaulted her in a room at the Four Seasons in Austin, Texas, after they met for South by Southwest. Look, here's the thing. Justin Bieber said not only is there no truth to this story, but he says, I'm going to fucking sue you. And that's probably what's going to shake out there.
Okay.
I'd have a hard time imagining Justin Bieber at the height. So this is March 9th, 2014 in Austin, Texas. That was the Four Seasons one. The other one was at the Playboy Mansion, okay?
Right.
Playboy Mansion, I have a hard time with that. Anybody who's been to those parties, shit gets wild.
You're going to get your tit grabbed. I would think if
I
went, I never went, you've gone.
Yes.
But if I were to go to a Playboy party, I would think there might be some hands, some boobs, some things, and I better be ready for it. This is not like a workplace. That I'm
but apparently it was during like a picture or something like that, and then he might have cupped a tit. Like, who knows? little David Copperfield moment. Sure. I'm not sure. I wasn't there. He denied that. And then the Austin thing. So if you go back to this one on March 9th of 2014, that was 6 years ago. You're at the height of Bieber at that point.
Oh.
The height of Justin
Sure.
Bieber. The last guy on earth during 2014 that needed to sexually assault someone was Justin Bieber.
Right.
All he had to do was just show up, walk downtown in downtown Austin and be like, oh.
And literally grab
Justin
the
Bieber.
hand of any gal.
They would have to bring in the police, the fire department, because there would be a flood down 6th Street of pussy. And it would probably flood every single bar, restaurant. Everything would have been destroyed.
Sure.
Some would even say that it might be more harmful to the Austin economy than COVID.
Okay.
Because Justin Bieber walked down 6th Street.
Sure.
Flooding every establishment. And I don't know if they'd be able to open up for years at that point. Bieber in 2014? Oof. Come on, man.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. So he said he's going to fucking sue.
Yeah. I mean, I think someone needs to.
Yeah.
Right? Just so that the real facts can come out in a real way and not just, interviews and rumors and things, right?
Yeah, hearsay, bullshit.
But I don't know what real crime is.
The problem with what's going on now is these women are just writing these letters or manifestos or however you want to fucking word it,
letters,
and then just putting it out into the world and saying, this happened to me, you better believe me. Mm-hmm. And it's tough. Like this, the Baby Driver kid over the weekend, he's another one that got popped.
Yeah, what did he do?
That's, what's his name? Ansel Elgort? It's a terrible name.
It's close enough. With a name like that.
Baby Driver main actor.
Do you really need to get that name totally right?
Yes, I do. I don't want to mispronounce it. Ansel Elgort. Yeah, even worse than what I said, but whatever.
Elgort.
Yeah, Ansel Elgort.
Your name was better. He should take that one.
Pop this little fucker up on screen. Another one. He's another good-looking dude. Definitely does not have a problem with the ladies, one would imagine.
Of sexual assault.
So in this sexual assault, the girl was 17 years old. He was 20 at the time.
Okay.
She claims that he took her virginity. She said it was hurt. She was hurting or whatever, and never said to stop. She was like, I just thought that's what sex was and everything else. But there is pictures of them hanging out later.
Right.
Like after the fact. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a hard thing to decipher. A relationship that was clearly a relationship, wasn't like a one-night stand or some rape or something like that. Mm-hmm. He came out and released a statement last night saying, hey, I apologize for this. He goes, I was in a relationship. It was consensual. The sex was consensual. He goes, did I end the relationship poorly? Maybe. He goes, I just kind of stopped calling her. Should I have sat down with her and said, hey, we're definitely breaking up or something like this after the relationship was over? He goes, yeah, maybe I should have done that. Mm-hmm. But, I promised to learn and grow from this and blah, 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 blah. We've all been in relationships where you just kind of ghosted the other person and you were like, I'm done with that.
I think we've all done it before. It doesn't feel good, right? It's not the right thing to do, but.
No, but, look, you're 20 years old.
Yeah.
Handling
you don't know how to,
at 20 years old is a lot different than in your 30s when you're a grown-up.
Sure.
Because in your 30s, you just don't give a shit. You're pretty goddamn blunt with people about, hey, man, you're a terrible person.
Well, you are.
And I definitely don't want to hang out with you anymore.
You're pretty blunt.
But at 20, look, you're a movie star. You're shooting movies and fucking flying around and shit. It's just like, all right, cool, man. I'm kind of done with this relationship, and that's it. But I don't know. The reason why this one is making huge news is he is the lead in West Side Story.
Oh.
That is coming out next year. He's the lead guy.
That's probably not going to happen.
It is. It's already shot.
Oh.
So the problem is, it's Spielberg. It's, the heaviest of the heaviest hitters are doing this movie. They're expecting this to be a gigantic summer blockbuster next year. See if they have a poster for this movie yet. Because I know they're done shooting. So it's not like you can fire him and try to find. Yeah, they got a fucking trailer. So it's going down. You can't reshoot that. And they spent a lot of money on this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it.
Okay.
If they cancel the entire movie over this, That would be really shocking on the studio's part. But I'm sure he's going to now have to do some. Yeah, you can put that picture on screen, Alec, with Spielberg and the rest of the cast. He's the lead dude. That's it.
Wow.
You know, it's not like Spielberg's making $4 million movies. That's a big boy budget right there.
Are people going to see this like the Aziz Ansari thing, or do you think they're going to go full force?
I don't know, but the weird thing to me is because of what's going on with, Black Lives Matter and everything else, like it is a movement that is as big as Me Too. Me Too kind of fell by the wayside once people, like we were talking about last week, people stopped believing in these stories and they were just like, man, that was a bad relationship or blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Why this has popped up now during the Black Lives Matter movement, like everybody feels like I was wronged and I'm going to come back and get you. And the biggest issue I have with this is they're just dropping stories on Instagram and Twitter and everything else. And it's just like, once it's out there, it's out there. Mm-hmm. You don't know. It's Chris D'Elia and all those guys. You don't know until you fucking wake up.
Yeah. It's the court of public opinion, which is why I was like, well, maybe Bieber taking it to a real court can kind of shed some light on stuff. I don't know.
Maybe.
Instead of just, if you're able to just have the people decide. Yeah. It gets very muddy.
So if you're Ansel, what is it? Angfart? Elgort. Sounds like a gargoyle's name from the 16th century.
We'll never get that
right. Elgort. The problem with him is he's got a huge movie coming out that he's the lead in, and now he's going to have to fucking answer for this. So is the studio. So is Steven Spielberg himself. Yeah. Not that you couldn't bring up Spielberg's daughter in porn, but whatever. We did a show about that.
Yeah.
This is going to go on for a while. Bieber's not doing anything. So if somebody is going to sue right now, it's Bieber, because you got nothing but time on his hands. He got married, a year and a half ago?
He's just been dealing with Lyme disease.
Some other shit. If I'm Bieber and this isn't true, why not sue?
Right.
Why not? And just say, hey man, this is my name and you fucked me over.
If he really believes that he did not do anything.
He said 100%.
Okay.
Unequivocally, this did not happen.
Okay.
So it's Bieber, man. Like,
if that really is true, then he should. But if he thinks that he's going to sue somebody to shut them up or something like this, then no.
But that's the other side of that story. So let's say he does sue. Mm-hmm. Then you could come out and say, well, he's just suing because he's trying to shut somebody up or has the money. And it's like, you're never going to get a genuine answer on any of this shit.
Well, I think it'd be the first time that you go, maybe he is innocent. If he's willing to go into court and have everything exposed, because they will come after him and her, though. That's the thing. His lawyers are going to rip her apart as well. So yeah. The thing is, though, during the discovery process, if he were to sue, her attorney would probably ask for all of his text messages to see if he has said some unflattering things to other people and blah, 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 blah. I've been involved in numerous lawsuits over the years for all these fucking movies. Mm-hmm. You have these greedy little fucks that just sue you trying to get insurance money, and it's always this cash grab that goes on for years and years and years. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I've had to turn in text messages on 2 different occasions. One of them had a very, very sweet dick pic in it. One of these suits. Okay. Not my dick. Again, never really send. I don't send pictures of my own dick. It was a rather large black man with a rather large penis. Do I know who it is? No. It's not that one? It was a meme before the guy, and I don't know what we're calling the guy. Okay. I don't know what we're calling the guy, but if you remember correctly, if you were part of that meme world back in the day, it was a white girl holding this guy by the dick, kind of pulling him around in the Caribbean somewhere, and both of them are smiling. They're on, it's a family vacation photo. It's one of the greatest dick pics in the history of dick pics. Okay. And you are a canoeser, so coming from you. A canoeser. So the beauty is I had to tell why I texted this. And I was like. In a deposition? Yeah. And I said, here's why. And this is, because this is amazing. And I go, they were like, why did you send that? And I was like,
Oh, because it's amazing, and I'm a huge fan of dick pics. And I went into it. You know how much I love dick pics. So I was more than happy to share how much love I have for different people's dick pics and the endless hilarity. They finally they had to cut me off because of my exuberance for dick pics. Where I was
Sure, they had
like,
to move on from that question.
They were like, yes. They were like, okay, great. I think we got this covered. And my lawyer was like, he goes, yeah, I think we can move that on. I go, I don't think we can. Because if you look at the size of it, she could have gotten another hand on there. And there's always like a camera guy and a sound guy that record these things. Dying laughter. 2 different cases this was in. Dying laughter every single time.
I'm about these after the fact.
What do you mean?
About these cases, I have no idea what you're talking about,
Yeah,
and I'm wondering why. Okay,
it's movies. Yeah, 2 movies.
Like why they'd be getting into your dick pic.
Oh, because you.
Obsessed.
So here's why. So they have a right to discovery, and they can ask you about any text messages you have.
And so they're looking at all your text message,
everything
across the board.
And
they thought they were going to get you.
Correct. So if you're wondering why Hillary Clinton smashed up all of her Blackberries during the Benghazi case, it's exactly why. Same with Tom Brady. So when Tom Brady was under the Deflategate case, 4 phones smashed up that were turned into the NFL, and his response was, "I'm Tom Brady. I've got personal texts and very sensitive emails on there or whatever." And he goes, "I don't want those getting out." And he goes, "I always smash up my phone at the end of the year." It's crazy because no one does that, and that's not a thing. But this is why, because in any form of deposition, his was with the NFL, hers was with the Benghazi thing, in the hidden emails and shit. They have the full right to ask you for that. So, yeah.
One's a little bit less detrimental than the other, right? Like one is dealing with the government and the American people, and the other one is like Deflategate.
You know why do you know why part of me does it? In case I get sued, I get to talk about this, and this is forced to be seen by probably total 20 to 25 people. These random dick pics, and then I'll get to tell the story of why. Like, nothing makes me happier or more uncomfortable, right?
Sure, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll get to talk about why I did it. And again, on this show, if you're an avid listener, I can go on for hours about my love of other people's dick pics and gay sex scenes in movies, like you name it. My only disappointment is that I didn't send more. Because I would have loved to have answered for the other ones as well.
For every single one of them.
For every single one.
Back to back to back.
Yes. And then go through the explanation of, the first one was, the one in the Caribbean was a hilarious story. Because they were like, why would you send that as a response to someone? And I was just like, oh, because that's how happy I am. Like, you'll never get happier than the couple on this beach of that white lady grabbing her boyfriend's black dick. Like, you will never ever find a more genuine smile than she had that day on the beach in the Caribbean. And I was like, to me, that is the ultimate picture of happiness, and it's rare that you can capture that in a photo.
Sure, like if someone asked you, like, how's your trip going?
Yeah.
And you
like,
just send that back. Okay. No, and I like it. I like the conciseness of it.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Necessary. Post Malone right there. I'm so comfortable with dick pics. Like, I think I could curate like a coffee table book.
Yeah.
Like a full-on dick pic coffee table book.
What would you call it?
It's almost sort of similar to Homeboy's name here. Was it Ansel Adams? He was the one that took those black and white pictures, right? Mm-hmm. I'd like to get Ansel. Is he still alive, Alex? See if Ansel Adams is still alive. Because if he is, I'd like to get him. There it is. Is he dead? Oh, he fucking died in 1984? Shit. Those pictures are in every college dorm room still to this day.
And he's still cited quite a bit.
Wow. I had fucking 2 or 3 of those. He died way before I went to fucking college. So anyways, put a book, like a classic Ansel Adams picture, right?
The picture, not of him.
Not of him, but just one of his pictures. Click on, you can put that one up. Put that one up with the rocks. Is that up there? Yeah. The one with the rocks right there, right? Classic traditional black and white photo. You can see everything that's going on, the history of those rocks. It appears as if there was water at one point. There was a flood. The rocks have settled into their basin, and that's it. That's what I want the dick pics to look like. I want you to see all of the wrinkles. I want you to
that clear.
Crisp. Crisp black and white. I want you to see the wrinkles. I want you to see the pain and the emotion of everything that gentleman's dick has gone through over the years. And then what I want to do is have it on the back of the picture, what they actually did for a living. So that way you stare at their dick, spend a good 5 minutes on each dick pic, right? Again, classic black and whites, everything in its true art form the way it should be. And then on the back, you try to guess what that guy did for a living. So you stare at a guy's dick and you're like, man, you spent a good 5 on it.
Sure.
And you're like, man, let's see. His pubes are pretty bushy. Looks like he didn't care. Maybe he worked a lot of hours that he didn't have time to take care of his pubes. And man, those are aged. I bet he was in some form of manual labor. I think he was I think that dick belonged to a coal miner in 1934 in Pennsylvania. And then you flip it over and see if the guy's dick matches the description of it. That would be the best party game of all time.
Fisher Price, yeah.
Yeah. You go through all the dick pics and then try to guess what they did for a living. Because I can promise you this, right? If you were going out to West Hollywood and you were taking some dick pics there of a couple dudes, shaved, shorn,
baby
immaculate.
seal.
Yes, immaculate.
Sure.
The rinks in that penis would be at a minimum, you know? Probably even rejuvenated a little bit. Maybe got a little Botox.
Bleached.
Yes.
Maybe a bleached penis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Maybe they wanted to get rid of the circ line. Because everybody knows that circumcision line. That's, inch and a quarter that they cut out. That's the pink part, and the rest of it is, your normal skin tone.
Sure.
Maybe he got his circ covered up with his back to his original shaft color, and you'd be like, West Hollywood. He used to be a bartender, and then now he's in advertising.
Sure.
That would be the best game of my life. If somebody could do that, I clearly don't have the time to do it, and it's sad to say that I don't. I wish I did. Everybody wishes they could do a hobby a little better from time to time, like fly fishing or, man, I never...
Model train building.
Yeah.
That would be mine.
I never get to go out and fly fish anymore as much as I wish I could. Never go kayaking.
Yeah.
Me, I don't get to take enough dick pics anymore.
Sure.
So I want to put that on the audience to go out and do something like that. Again, you can have it. I'm not going to copyright this or anything, so I'm not going to come after you in court. I feel like it's almost like Elon Musk giving all the patents away for the electric cars, just because he wants to see the world become a better place.
Sure.
This is what I'm doing for you. So if you are to go out and make a dick pic coffee table book, know that you guys own the rights. I am giving this gift to you for the world, and hopefully we can eventually live in a time and age where every house I walk into across the nation has a dick pic coffee table book where you guess the professions on the back of it. That's my dream. That's my dream, Jabes.
Okay.
What about yours? Is there anything out there that's you wish you could do that you're not doing right now?
Hobby-wise?
Yeah.
Again, model train building would be real fun.
Yeah. Your mom does that.
Yeah, she does do it.
Pretty goddamn good at it, too.
Furniture resurfacing and repurposing.
Yeah.
That's a fun one.
You betcha.
I like to do. Get an old record player, sand it up, make it into a flower pot.
I'd like to hollow out the garage and make it the surface of the moon. I think that would be a fun one,
Hollow out the garage?
Yeah, put in a full moon type setting in there. I've always wanted a moon room.
Oh.
Real soft, kind of dark.
Oh, okay.
Just to chill out in. Now, this idea I'm kind of stealing it from Bill Gates.
Okay.
Kind of.
Okay.
And here's why I say this. He's got a bunch of wild shit in his house where it's screens on the wall. So you can project hey, you're at the Aurora Borealis, or you're in Spain or Antarctica, whatever. And then there's temperature controls on the wall that'll make you feel like you're in the climate you're looking at. One of the rooms is an all trampoline. Okay. So you go in there,
right,
in the room, and it's all the entire floor is a trampoline.
Okay.
I would like the moon. But I would like it to be a softer rock, obviously.
Yeah.
Where I could hang out in my own moon room. Mm-hmm. That's my dream. That's something I'd like to do. Okay. I don't know what that would take, though. I don't know who could build that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I guess I'd have to hire somebody from, like, Ad Astra, that infamous Brad Pitt movie that no one will shut up about.
Really?
Kidding. Nobody's seen that movie.
Nobody's seen it. Oh, okay.
No. I tried to get you to watch it the other night, and you were like, nope.
Did you really want to watch it, though?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I like space movies, and I'd like to see Brad Pitt in space.
Okay.
Sure. I think it'd be dope. I think it's on HBO. So, maybe hire the set decorators from that, come in and have them moon out my garage. I think that would be a rad thing.
Okay.
Don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to start somewhere. You got to start to make your dreams happen.
Yeah.
And that's moon room is mine. Mm-hmm. And then that coffee table dick pic, and that's kind of where it ends for me.
That one seems the coffee table book seems a little bit more doable, and we could do that within the next couple months. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like that seems like a very doable goal. You know what I mean? An attainable goal, if you will.
Yeah.
Moon room. I mean, okay.
Hey, man.
Go ahead, have fun.
That's my fucking. Oh, there is a penis book.
Oh, okay.
Can we pop it up? Is there an actual penis on the cover?
I mean, no, probably not.
That's
okay.
the penis book, huh? It's hardcover.
And it's pictures of
the trusty penis.
Or let's see.
It says, the trusty penis. The cock, knob, widgie. I've never heard of widgie. The pink python, big fan of that. Groin bollard. Call it what you will. This is one part of the male anatomy that never ceases to provide endless fascination. Is there pics in it? I'm not sure. Wait, hang on. It says throbbing with facts, figures, and photos in there. Okay.
It's not just photos, though.
No.
I think there's going to be more history, facts.
I only want dick pics. I don't want anybody getting disrupted by words.
So yours will be a lot different.
It's going to be a picture book. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say a pop-up book because that would require something else. Maybe if you rub the pages, it pops up later. But for now, I want to keep this classy. I want to keep it tasteful. Right. So if you're out there and you're thinking about doing a pop-up book or one of those 3D things, like, don't do that. I want to keep this classy and real, and for the people. But I want to talk about the Trump rally. Jabes.
Okay.
Jabes. So they were reporting low attendance at Trump rally over the weekend. I don't know what's real and what's not anymore, to be honest with you. There was some photos that I saw that looked packed. There was others that didn't look packed. But all in all, you don't know when people are taking shots of things. Right. So I don't know what to think of this. Online, because it appeared as if the top rows didn't have attendance, right? Mm-hmm. There is a large segment of TikTokers. Are they going by TikTokers or people who TikTok?
TikTokers, yeah.
TikTokers.
Yeah.
And then K-pop fans who allegedly bought out all of the seats in like the best troll move in history. If that's true, congratulations.
If anyone could make that happen, I think it's TikTok.
Probably, right?
Yeah.
So they did get 1 million. It seems suspicious that they got 1 million requests for tickets. 1 million.
Right.
Because Tulsa doesn't have that kind of attendance there. So it seemed weird to me that they got 1 million requests. The campaign manager behind the scenes were like, look, trying to weed out who was real and who was fake took fucking hours and hours and hours. We don't know what happened. Mm-hmm. The K-pop stans and the TikTokers are taking full credit for this today.
Okay.
They're taking the ones that are full credit.
I believe it.
Look, I believe it too, for sure. But this is an old school Drake move. Drake did this to Pusha T during their rap beef where he bought out the next Pusha T concert that was in Toronto. He bought out, what was it, the first 15 rows of seats or something like that?
So that it was all empty?
So it was empty.
Brilliant.
In front of him.
Brilliant.
And it was brilliant. It's a brilliant move.
It really is.
Pusha T won.
That battle, if you will.
The war.
Oh.
But Drake won that battle. Same with this. We'll see if Trump wins the war in the end or what the battles, if the battle actually means anything. But the problem I have with all of it, everything that's going on, because depending upon, we watched it, just turned it on for like 5 or 10 minutes, watched a little bit live on YouTube. As you're scrolling through YouTube, if it was a fan of Trump, stands were packed. If you weren't a fan of Trump, stands were empty. Some people got caught, like CNN, posting pictures that were 4.5 hours before.
And being like,
and timestamps. Exactly.
Yeah.
My biggest issue, and you and I chatted about this over the weekend, you said you were listening to Tim Dillon, and he was talking about it, is I don't know anything in life that I read and or see that's real or not real anymore. Yes. And that's starting to scare the shit out of me.
Yes.
Because depending upon what it is you're for, right? Protests or Trump or the president or whoever it is, there is lies going on both sides of whatever movement or anything it is. I think Twitter is genuinely controlled by, I think half of those are bots.
Probably, yeah.
But
then that's a hard way to look at stuff as well. And so your mind is kind of constantly, I don't think I've ever thought about it like that before, where you're watching the news and you have to also, while you're watching the news, right, which is where you're supposed to be getting your facts, at the same time trying to figure out maybe which part is real and which is not and what their agenda is. Right. And it just makes your mind kind of have to work 10 million times harder on every channel for everything, whether it's Twitter or Facebook or anything. It's
every single thing that is popping up that is a big news story.
Yes.
So it is not just this rally.
No, it's everything.
There was a report about some college football players getting COVID. And I follow, obviously, the Ohio State fan page on Twitter, but it's checkmarked by the university. So they put up a thing yesterday that just said 77 days until opening kickoff. And there was a few comments under there that, most of it was like, oh, go Buckeyes, have fun. This is going to be great. Excited for football to come back. There was 3 comments under this post at Ohio State that just said, football's not coming back this year. And it was an egg, and I was like, I clicked on it because it didn't have a profile picture. I clicked on it, and they had no followers. They had no thing. They just signed up for an account in May. And 3 of them were like that were just posting negative things. They just say, football's not coming back. Everybody's going to die, blah, 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 blah. This is on an Ohio State website. A fan page for this, right? If you're doing it at that micro of a level, then you're doing it for everything at that point. Yeah. Probably doing it for Clemson, LSU, every single sporting team. And it seems to me it's just to create fear that, hey, man, this disease is back and nobody's going to do anything. You can't go anywhere. Then you start questioning why. So where is that coming from and why? And when you start really thinking about each and every tweet or Facebook post or news article you read or fucking shows you watch on television, it's a lot to deal with where you're just like, I don't know if any of this is real.
Well, it's a lot for me.
I know it's a lot for you. You've been having an issue with it.
Yeah, but I joke about being like, my tiny brain can't handle that, whatever. But in a way, it's sort of like that in that I want to, like what I was saying, you look at TV, on TV, news, whatever channel, any YouTube thing, whether it's Today Show, whether it's CNN, whether it's Fox, whatever. And they will have me believe that the whole world is collapsing, the cities are burning, everyone has COVID, all of these things, right? Where if I turn off the TV and I look outside my house, right, with my community, my family, my friends, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And when I was saying about Tim Dillon, he's just like, look out your window sometimes when you're starting to get a little bit overwhelmed thinking that the world is going to end and everything, all the statues are coming down and they're taking, they're killing black people everywhere and police officers are under fire. All these things that you're like, you actually look out your window or you walk outside your front door and you go, oh,
yeah,
it's not happening right here in that way. I don't know one person that has it.
No.
I don't know. I don't see my city burning down right now, right?
Yeah.
My kids are fine. My family's fine, thank God. But every once in a while, taking that step back and being like, if it did come to my city and my city was burning down, I deal with that, right?
Sure.
But I'm not sure why right now I need to like concern myself, freak myself out with this.
Yeah.
Just a couple hours a day, let's say, or one day out of the weekend or a weekend.
Yeah.
Turn off the TV for a weekend and make sure that your family's okay. Call your parents. Do you know what I mean? Talk to your friends. Be like, is everyone all right?
Yeah.
Are you guys like, because I'm kind of watching the news and I feel like everyone's fucking dying. So are you guys okay? All right, now let's go from there. Like, what can I do in my immediate town instead of trying to like, I don't know, think of things so like as one. Like we kind of can't do that, right?
Yeah, like, you take last night, John Bolton was on.
Now that
interview on ABC.
Mm-hmm.
I taped it. I haven't watched it yet. Yellowstone was on last night. The premiere of Yellowstone.
Oh yeah, we had to watch that.
Yes, so that takes precedent over.
Because it was Daddy's Day.
Yeah, it was Daddy's Day. That takes precedent over John Bolton's interview. However, I'm going to watch it tonight. His book is out. What's the name of his book?
The room that it
happened.
The room
in or
where it
something like
happened.
that. Yes, the room where it happened. Right. I was looking last week to see if this would be number one. I've never seen so much hype for a sit-down interview before, and it was number one on Amazon across the board. Okay. So I'm assuming the New York Times bestseller list gets released tomorrow, right around 5 p.m. EST. Not that I know, because I am one. No, but you check every week to see if you're on there, and it's great.
Sure.
I happen to be on there for 9 weeks straight. Whatever.
Look,
big deal.
Nobody's
Yeah, so it'll be up. The New York Times bestseller list will be up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I've never seen a special like this that was named after a book. You got a 1 hour primetime slot at 9 p.m. on a Sunday night. And as I was looking for this and where it was at and seeing all the shit, there was something that struck me that I found odd, is that the book itself is 562 pages. Okay. So how does a memoir about your life that is 562 pages get released so quickly if you weren't writing it while you were there?
And that's something that's illegal?
It's not illegal.
Oh.
But if you're writing a book and you have a huge book deal that you're getting ready for that's in your back pocket.
Oh, it just takes away credibility a little bit.
Well, here's the way the disbursement of payments go as far as books. You get a signing bonus once you sign the contract. Your next check after your signing bonus doesn't come until the day the book is released. On that release day, you get a check that week. Congratulations. Mm-hmm. And then you get another fat check when the paperback comes out, usually in like a year, and then you get residuals and all that other stuff if you beat your advance. That's how the book world works. A 562-page book is fucking impossible to edit. That takes a very, 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 very long time. I don't care how many editors are on it. You're going through 562 pages to edit. To me, in my
why so big
professional opinion, as a New York Times best-selling author, I am telling you this: that editing process is not possible unless he started this book while he was in office and he was planning to leave.
Okay.
It's too many fucking pages. What is it? Game of Thrones.
Yes.
That fucker's books are 1,100 pages. You're wondering why you're not getting another Game of Thrones books ever again? Too long. The editing process on that is an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
Now, Obama, on the other hand, signed a book deal 2 years ago. No, 3 years ago, right when he got out of office. Mm-hmm. Signed a massive fucking book deal. And I believe, I think it was like $33 million. What does it say? 65, but 33 of it went to him, 32 went to her. That's the way it was.
Oh, so it was the Obamas get it.
The Obamas, correct. Okay. So he got 33, she got 32. I don't really know why or whatever, why the numbers were that. But I'm assuming because he was the actual president and she was just boning a president. But regardless, her book was number one. It is the highest selling memoir of all time, right?
No, it's The Wage.
What?
Huh?
What'd you say?
It's just women don't get paid as much.
Well, it goes by jobs.
Right.
First lady.
Sure.
President of the United States. Now, that job should always be the highest paid.
Okay, go ahead.
She would like to run for president. She might actually win, and a lot of people have asked that. And she can get another fucking book deal out of that.
I'm wondering, do you think his book and tour and everything will do as well as hers?
Yes.
Okay. Better, obviously.
Well, it's weird. More women read books, and so we'll see.
Our brains are just bigger.
But the one thing is, it is the president's book. So, like, the things that he's going to talk about are going to be different. And with this, when that deal was signed 2.5 years ago or whatever it was at this point, his book isn't out. You know why? Because it takes forever to edit.
To write and to edit,
yes,
yeah.
I am sure the editors are working on this process right now. And then they got to get it cleared by the DOD and all that other shit. Now, granted, it's the president's. Yeah, but it's the president. I'm sure he'll skip the line of the DOD. Mine was there for 17 months at the Department of Defense. Whatever. I'm sure Obama's going to be fine with that.
Right.
Be a couple-month process, whatever. John Bolton's, though, there's no way they got clearance by the DOD in that time. There's no fucking way. Which is why they were talking about the lawsuits. Yeah.
Okay.
And a 562-page book? No, dude. You're looking at 2 years, at a 2-year process for that amount of pages. Like, there's just no possible way.
Okay.
Unless you were planning on quitting and saying, fuck you, fuck the president, and then here's all my cash.
I could see something happening, right, while he's in office, or he's still working there. I could see something happening and him being like, I'm going to fucking get you, right?
Oh,
and this is how I'm going to do it.
There is calls behind the scenes that are made to people going through shit. I received one of them about a friend of mine who was going through some shit.
Sure.
And they're like, hey, man, you know the advance we could get for that?
Right.
And I was just like,
Right.
I'd love for him to chat about his story, but I'll ask him.
Sure. If you were pissed at him or if you wanted to get back at him, it'd be a different story, right?
It would, but it would be unauthorized at
Yeah.
that point. And those unauthorized books really don't make that much money. Like the big deals are in the fucking biographies. In this case. And, check out the page count when Barack's book comes out. And if they're smart, I think it's Simon & Schuster who did that. No, Penguin did their deal. Simon & Schuster did John Bolton's. Yeah.
Yep.
If they're smart about it, I'd probably drop it in October. Right, month before the election, And then he could dig in on Trump.
There you go.
Tons of press, bulls on parade. That would be, if I'm the publicist at Penguin.
Or
I actually know
after
those
he
publicists there.
gets elected and
ours was
everyone's like searching for answers, right?
Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah.
One or the other. It will be around the election, and that will be a conversation. Do we do it with the disillusioned after he's elected, or?
I think the smartest play would be to do that. But look, I've sold books to both, to Simon & Schuster and Penguin. Penguin, their DOD process, they ask for everything across the board, and they don't let you out of anything. I've dealt with their lawyers and all that shit. So Penguin was Matt's book. That was a heavy DOD process. Let's dot the I's and cross the T's on this one. Simon & Schuster, though, probably said, fuck it. And was just like, dude, we'll go for the press and anything we can to that money is worth the story and going after it. It was no easy day that was a Penguin that they got popped for, is that they didn't go through the Department of Defense on that one. But 562 pages, man. Real curious as to why you were doing that in the middle of your job.
Yeah, everyone on the boards is saying it was a planned hit piece.
Feels like it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Feels like it. That's just it's too much. I mean, even going through fucking the St. James books, man, that takes forever to go through these edits to make sure everything is perfect. Like, there's just no way. There's just absolutely no way.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's another fucking story. Now you have a whole new set of things that you can believe or don't believe, or same shit we were talking about. I have no fucking idea.
And, Trump is Teflon, as we all say.
Yeah.
And people will just kind of be like, meh, hit piece liar, right? So, either way.
Yeah, strange. But how they gave him a 1-hour special in primetime named after his book. God, that's something you have to negotiate as well, man. That doesn't just happen overnight. Mm-hmm. Is that you got to block off your 9 o'clock programming for that night? On a Sunday? Primetime ratings right there.
Day?
Yeah, Father's Day. So, curious. It's hard to know what's going on around us right now. Don't know.
Yeah.
This Bieber here is rocking.
It is really rocking.
And since we're here, we might as well get to the sponsors who pay for this show. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Got to get the new mattress. Got to get that new mattress, kid. I want the cooling one.
Yeah, Tiffany just got it.
What did she say?
Rich sent it. She was like, no offense, my husband's a sweaty Betty, too.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing.
Yeah.
They absolutely love it, as does everybody who gets the freaking Ghost Bed.
Ghost Bed delivers, man. It's the best.
They deliver, and they deliver quickly also.
Yes. That shit gets shipped out within 72 hours. COVID did not affect them. Everything is 25% off at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. And they're giving away 2 free pillows with a mattress right now. And as always, the 25% off is still applicable with the 36-month pay-as-you-go program. No interest on that. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today and get yourself a mattress. Next up, we'll do keeps.com.
Okay.
/revolution.
How
Look at this.
Perfect, because your hair is really a big, thick mop up there.
It is.
It really is.
It's crazy almost.
You can't deny it.
No, you can't deny this mop up here. I know typically I'm wearing a hat or something. You know, we did this for Bieber today, obviously. Free Bieber. #free Bieber. There's no fucking way I believe he assaulted someone. Not a prayer.
Look.
Just drowning in pussy.
Did he piss somebody off?
Check his police reports. See how many times he's drowned or been a victim in drowning accidents.
Look.
I bet you it's high. Keeps.com/revolution will help keeps the hair you got. So here's the deal. If you're in your, 20s, 30s, and you think you're thinning a little bit, or you just want to try to hang on to it for a few extra years, boom, go to keeps.com. I said I would try this until the end of the year.
Yeah.
So far, so good. Look at these fucking
What
shits.
do you think? It usually starts around 30 if it's going to. So and it's never too late.
It's never too late
to keep what you have.
Keep what you got here. Looks weird today. And I don't care. I didn't put any product in it. I went full Bieber today. Full Biebskis today. Go to keeps.com/revolution. That's KEEPS.com/revolution. They'll make you a nice little concoction. 30 days free trial. That's it. Not even asking you to buy shit. That was part of the deal when I was talking about it. A couple of my friends had it. And now I've fucking used it. And we'll see. I'll report back at the end of the year. So far, so good. Shit. Fucking Maine up here, brother. Last but not least, talking about StrikeForceEnergy.com.
Boom, 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 boom. Shablinkers.
I'll tell you what I'm going to go right now, live on air.
What are you going to go?
Because I'm always hopped up on the Strike Force.
And you are currently
trying
right
to
now.
fight off a small illness. I'm not sure what it is yet. It's a childlike illness. I think I have an ear infection. I might need to put a little warm urine in it, just like the guidance counselor told me when I was 3. So I'm going ginger. I'm going vitamin C. I'm going to bang it. Cheers, everybody.
Yes, and this is what I always tell him to do. He doesn't necessarily believe in it, but he does it anyways because that's what you do when you're married sometimes.
I want to stay alive.
Do you feel like it works a little bit sometimes, or you have no idea?
I don't know. I'd tell you what I could do, though, is...
Another one,
dude.
I
like the taste of it.
You're used to the ginger now, which if we tell anyone to take shots of ginger, they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I've got you desensitized to it at this point.
I like really, really sour things. I could drink 9 of these potencies, and it's sour as shit.
And that is facts. Like... there's many studies that show high dose of vitamin C at a certain point in your cold will get rid of it. But anyways,
Give me back to life.
Strike Force.
That's what I'm saying. So I got the Strike Force mixed in with the old booch today. I got the Orig in there because I'm drinking the ginger kombucha. Still need the energy. Last longer than 5-hour energy. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com today. Promo code Revolution gets you 20% off on that. And I'm mixing and matching today, Jabes. A little Strike Force and then the healthy bullshit that you recommend me.
Yeah.
So.
I guess we'll never know which one it is. Maybe Strike Force is going to cure the ear infection. We're not sure.
There was a listener who said it cured his AIDS.
Oh.
So, yeah. Not actual physical HIV, but he had some AIDS working for him, you know.
And they
were, I guess, just had a common cold. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they got better. Again, want to point out that you should not use it sexually. Don't use Strike Force sexually. It's real sticky. Those hard to reach areas they're going to. If you're going to take a dick pic, though, for that coffee table book I was talking about earlier, I'd rub a little Strike Force on there. Then it'll stretch it out.
How many dick pics you're going to be getting now? Or
no, because I've said this for years at this point, and it's like I welcome them.
Okay.
You know, I'm a fan.
Sure.
I'm an artist.
Mm-hmm.
And
a connoisseur, a curator.
Yeah, a very generous lover. So, yeah, if you want to blast me with a dick pic, I don't give a shit.
I was talking about the...
What?
Yeah.
All of those encompass me. Sexual icon, Iditarod champion, amateur tattoo artist. I've only done it a couple of times, but I enjoy it. Will I become a professional one day? Probably not. Yeah. But I enjoy just an amateur tattoo, you know?
People are saying that I went to Josh Hopkins.
That's where Jared went.
Oh, okay.
A very esteemed university.
You're saying I'm that kind of doctor.
Josh Hopkins.
Not sure, but it sounds like an insult. I'll take it.
He went to Josh Hopkins University. It's John's brother who received more acclaim than him, but there was some
Didn't
things.
quite go to school. He was too cool for school.
Yeah, some things happened along the way.
Me too.
A couple of tangerines fell off the old beach crates, and the rest is history. So, famous saying, very famous saying. Speaking about what's not real and what is these days, some people are trying to combat it right now, and I want to give them a shout out. They are canceling their advertising on Facebook because they're saying Facebook is creating hate and division, and with some of these political ads and everything else.
Okay.
And they're asking all huge businesses to pull advertising from Facebook to try to demonetize this platform. Now that I'm all for.
Okay.
For sure, man. Because it's fucked. The things that people are posting on both sides. Or it's just like, oh, this happened or this happened. You look at these weird news articles and it's like, oh, the New York Townsendson press. What? Is that in New Jersey or it's not because it doesn't? Yeah, I've no fucking idea. But surprisingly, the ones that have pulled out thus far are all like travel, like apparel. So North Face has pulled their advertising from Facebook.
Interessant.
Patagonia today.
Well, those two
pulled their shit.
Very liberal. You know, the flagship Patagonia.
I don't actually. I don't know anything about it.
Is in Ventura.
I do, but is it a liberal company?
Yes.
Or?
Yeah. I think still owned, possibly not anymore, but still owned by the same guy that started it. And they're both, old hippie dudes.
Sure.
So I see that. I see
look,
that.
No matter who you voted for, I am for this on both sides to pull your advertising from Facebook to try to.
Yeah, and make it just if it really is just a free speech, just a platform to say whatever people want to say, then have it be that.
So
right?
what the hashtag is this Stop Hate for Profit, and that's been going around, and that's involving everything. Fucking riot articles or you name it across the board. The negative shit you're seeing on Facebook draws eyeballs. It does. So does the articles.
Yep.
But it also makes people more angry as a society and everything else. And, we're down to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and I guess TikTok at this point for the 4 social media apps. Twitter's already full of hatred anyways.
Yep.
So, I genuinely believe half of those accounts are fake. Now they can't tell their shareholders that, or else their stock would go into the fucking toilet. But Facebook, I don't come across too many fake people. I don't know if you do.
What?
Like I'll get a friend request from someone who's fake, like a fake person, very sparingly. Where it's just like, oh, I know that's fake and it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to fake a Facebook account. You can just go through the photos and see if they were on vacation at Hilton Head or something, and you're like, oh, that's not a real person. Or if you get one with that's just all filled with inspirational quotes and they have 0 likes on it, you're like, oh, you're a fucking terrorist.
Yeah.
You're an ISIS member. But this, I would be all for. I wish Facebook was gone completely.
I felt that way since we've started this show, by the way. I have said we've done many shows called Facebook is a Dumpster Fire.
Yeah.
Get Out Now. There's nothing of real value there anymore, and I don't think that's how it started. Yep. I really don't. And maybe if you can weave your way through some stuff and find good groups and stuff like that, I don't really know. REI is going to join. That makes sense.
REI is great. I love REI.
Right.
That's one of my favorite fucking stores, actually.
These are like some weekend warrior liberal people that are like, fuck this.
To me, man, I don't care if you're liberal or
conservative.
I
think it's a good idea.
Pull the fucking money from this bullshit. Because Zuckerberg keeps getting richer. I'm not sure what kind of deal he cut with politicians, but you're allowed to advertise on there or whatever, and it's like, I know people bitch that Russia bought ads on Facebook in the last election, right?
Right.
Zuckerberg knows that. He knows where that fucking money's coming from.
So I think that one tweet that Trump put up about when the shooting or when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Mm-hmm. So that was, I think, a test because he put it out to Twitter and Facebook at the same time. Twitter banned it, took it down, said it was, not whatever, fact check it, however they did it.
Sure.
But Facebook didn't and ended up releasing a statement after that was like, we don't take down, free speech and blah, blah, blah. Right. And I think that was pretty much like a test of, and you could just tell that it was a political conversation that he was having.
Right.
He was talking to somebody when Zuckerberg was saying, we don't, we're not going to censor anybody on here. I think it's important for people to hear everybody's thing. And Twitter is like, no, bro, like we're going to block this.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It seems very calculated.
So one of our listeners was saying that TikTok is CCP. It is. It's China. I mean, and it's the same thing. Like, I think it's weird that you're able to have a Chinese app here at this point, with everything that's going on.
You're right.
I think that's odd. And Facebook is the same way, where it's just like, man, I wish there was a site that was just for everyone and you could do whatever you wanted.
Right, but how do they make money? And then once they need to make money is when everything, right? So it's like, you can't have it both ways. You can't have a platform that you can speak to everybody and get your voice out there, even YouTube, without them needing to make money. Because I'm not paying them.
So here's the thing. YouTube had to sell to Google. They didn't have a choice.
Right.
If you look back at it now, it was a shitty deal. But there were so many videos being uploaded. Those have to be stored somewhere on a server.
Right.
They were just buying endless servers, warehouses, all this shit to keep storing all this, to keep the website up and running. And Google was like, hey, we'll come in and give you some money.
Gotcha.
We got it.
Yeah.
So I understand why. I guess it's just disappointing and it's just not going to end. Facebook is always going to win.
Yeah.
Financially.
Yeah.
There's no stopping it.
Because
and they own
they
Instagram.
Stand on the platform of free speech. And I think at this point, a lot of their users are actually...
Buddy tuning in. What do you say? It's back up, Giorgio? Yep, we're back up. All right.
All right.
A lot of internet issues. A lot of tech issues.
Across the board. Everyone's having them. I was at Spectrum to return some equipment.
Yeah.
I have Spectrum. My phone wouldn't work in there. Wouldn't work outside there.
Nah, why not?
Weird.
Yeah.
Kind of seems like, right? At
Who
the
knows?
internet company.
Who knows? Wilmington's
Anyway.
growing. The city's growing. There's a lot of construction around here and shit.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
It is what it is. But really, every time we start talking about the bots on Facebook, it really goes out. And I'm not one for conspiracy. You know that. My little mind can't handle it.
No, it definitely can't. It can't. Maybe tomorrow it can, Jabes. We'll be back at you tomorrow. Nooner crew, we're proud of you. Thanks for tuning in. As always, go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. It really fucking helps. And subscribe on YouTube. We are on the Drinkin Bros podcast feed, as is all of our media companies' shows on there. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.